Hey guys, how's it going? On this week's video, we'll be breaking down a supine triceps extension, which will henceforth be referred to as the Triceratops. So this is going to be very similar to the Thor press that I showed you guys a few months ago now, in that it's going to be locking down and loading just one side of the body. We are going to minimize movement and rotation. The only real movement is going to take place at the elbow joint. So we're making sure that we get a 90-90 hip lift. We're going to shift into our right side, so we're getting right medial hamstrings, right inner thigh. We're going to make sure we have right internal oblique, so we're compressing that right side. The lower ribs are going to internally rotate. We're going to reach, protract, and the protraction is going to allow serratus to internally rotate the upper rib cage on that right side, and it's going to allow us to protract the clavicle as well as the shoulder blade. So we're getting all of this integration from here below, and we're just going to maintain all of that as we go through that elbow extension and flexion. So without further ado, here's the drill. So first things first, you're going to get a nice rolled up towel, place it underneath your neck so that your cervical spine is fully supported, and you can see the top of my head is just barely brushing against the ground. From this position, dig both heels into the ground. Get upper hamstrings to kick in, tailbone scoops off the ground, take pressure off of the left leg, and you're going to try to get this ASIS, this bony part of the hip, to touch the inner part of the right knee. So I'm getting inner thigh to kick in. From here I protract without rotating as best as I can. Don't change the angle of the elbow. Flex. Extend. Oh. So from the side, it's the same thing. Towel underneath the neck, knees together, feet together. Dig your heels down and back. Get hamstrings. Keep the abs relaxed. Shift. Take the weight off the left leg. Without rotating the torso, reach. Don't change the angle of the humerus, which is what I meant to say in the other clip. So as you guys can see on this drill, there's not a lot of movement. Like, the hardest part isn't the actual elbow extension. It's really the ability to maintain the integration of the rest of the body. So obvious things, as you get tired, you're gonna wanna tense up your face, you're gonna wanna lock up your neck. You're going to want to lose your hip shift. You're going to want to stop relying on hamstrings and start going into more of an anterior tilt or lumbar extension. Those are things that can start to happen. You may feel like you're going to try to rotate to the opposite side of the protraction. So you're going to want to minimize any rotation and simply protract the shoulder blade and the clavicle forward. Those are things to pay attention to. Another thing simply is, as you get more and more tired, you're going to want to protract less, and you will start to retract that shoulder blade and allow gravity to kind of just take that humerus and jam it back into the ground. You're going to want to resist that throughout the entirety of the drill. And that's really what's going to be the most frustrating thing, is maintaining, again, the integration of the entire drill. Once you're done on the right side, you can switch on to the left. There's no big deal with that. I do highly recommend you support the back of your head, or take a rolled up towel and place it underneath your neck. But yeah, generally what this will do is, as you come up, you're going to feel a lot of release if you've had tension in the neck. So this is something that can help you get back some rotation, left and right rotation at the cervical spine. You may also feel like your pec and your shoulder, if tightness was an issue beforehand, you may feel it getting significantly looser right after the drill, immediately after this drill, because what you're essentially doing is you're trying to incorporate and integrate more efficient patterns for shoulder stabilization. So if you feel, you will feel better after doing this drill. If you feel like you're tightening up or you're locked up, then you may have defaulted to some of the compensation strategies that I have previously mentioned. All right. So that's it for this week. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comment section. Check out my Instagram at Mejor Strength, and I will see everybody next week.